I'm on. Hey, what's up there? Hope you're doing well. Hope this finds all of you in good time and good health. So I'm just sitting here in my room, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time, I guess, make this video. I'm one of those people that gets into my head and wants to do a professional, whatever. I'm going to get right into it. So, yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, plenty of people will tell you to be the change that you want to see out there in the world. And I think I've gotten to a point now where I'm trying to do that. And then once you start contacting certain people to try to organize things, plenty of people are going to tell you that, oh, well, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't, you're going to hear that you can't be the change that you want to see out there in the world. It's a difficult path out there trying to make something happen. It seems like there are no obstacles in life until the second that we want to try to do something with ourselves. And then all of a sudden it's just like not so easy going anymore, right? Well, anyway, my name is Wesley Arthur. I worked for Amazon for 7 years. I received department, and for a little over 3 of those years, I was the PA for front half nights receive. I was an expert in the department. Pretty much had taken on every role at some point. Had been an ambassador. Had been problem solver, excellent problem solver. I was ready to be an area manager, and I just kind of like, so I'll say that there was an conflict of interest with who had became my most current area manager. I'm not gonna name names or anything out there, but anyways, we both had went for PA, and I got beat out for it once and had to train this other guy how to do it, because I had been doing backup process assistant stuff for over a year. I pretty much knew the gig already, and this guy gets trained. I help him fall into his role, and then he gets promoted real quickly, and then so it was up for grabs again. And then they gave it to another associate who, by this time I was really didn't want to train another person for my position that I got beat out for. I did get offered the position eventually, and I had to go to nights to get that position and stuff. I had somebody who was gracious to give me that chance to become part of leadership, and I did a very good job. I would say with full confidence that I'd been one of the best PAs there for the process and for the people. I helped with numbers, was very good with reports. I learned Excel. Once I started, I never worked with Excel until I became a PA, and within a year's time, I'm learning all kinds of codes for VBA, automating all kinds of macros and stuff, and just taking the data that we had and organizing it in very translatable ways. It's something that I just took an interest to. I really enjoyed it. I'm still use Excel to this day. It's been a year now that I was fired from Amazon, and I'm just gonna be straight with you. It was over some very petty stuff. Had vacation time. I was wanting approved. Did not get approved. I kind of bickered with the ops manager for a minute, which I kind of bickered with. I shouldn't say bickered. I vented to her in confidence, feeling that we were friends at this. We would talk, so I felt comfortable to talk to her, and I I should have just kept walking on. If I was going to leave for a couple hours and use some unpaid time, I should have just did that. But I didn't. I like belly ached or whatever, and then I walked away. Um, I kicked a padded support column like a soccer ball or like a football. I was frustrated with kind of the attitude I was getting. I just felt like, like I had plenty of people in this situation that I was having. I had previous ops managers or other people who were they were cool about it. They looked out for me. They, at this point I was in this kind of like toxic thing where like I wasn't getting that support, and there was a lot of things that were going astray there. I had waited for over, like I said, a year to like get a chance to be in a pod to become an area manager. There was if they weren't promoting anybody internally, right? So they had a bunch of college hires they had a backlog of all these college hires who were waiting across the country for area manager positions, and they were filling them in where they could. And so they weren't like opening up this thing to all of us who had been there for the longest. It was a frustrating situation, and before I ever got my chance to really like try out for those pods or anything, I let like one situation. I gotta say I got comfortable with losing my temper at times there. It happened multiple times, and a lot of times it was things about the job that just like it's just like stress more or less that like I'm conveying. And I think, yeah, I got away with a lot of that because of that. But it finally bit me in the ass. But the thing is that they really kind of screwed me over. All right. I just got to say that like what I did was not a category 1 offense in the way that they made it seem that I was using threatening or overly aggressive behavior with anyone. Just because I was a little bit upset doesn't mean that like I was a raging madman. Okay. And I have de-escalated multiple situations with associates. There's been a couple times where I wasn't able to de-escalate the situation. Sometimes it gets out of your hands. I had to radio all the managers and stuff that I could that were in the area. And they all came rushing to see this crazy fight that happened. But yeah, I've taken associates to HR to have them report another associate who was like throwing a box of shoes at them, and that person was promptly fired. Right? I've definitely had to encounter a lot of different situations like that, and I did a very good job with it. But I could say I did a poor job with my own handling of the moment. I let that person get inside. So that person who I had to beat out for who beat me out for that promotion, she became my area manager, that last area manager of mine. And within like the first one-on-one that we had, she was already lowering my ISP scores, right? So I had this ISP score, which I know you Amazonians know, but just for anyone else watching, we have these ISP scores, which kind of dictate whether you're ready to excel to the next level, whether you're ready to promote, right? And I was a role model in every single facet of those ISPs. And then like the first thing she does in the one-on-ones starts lowering me from like a role model to like intermediate or advanced, or just like just kind of like taking little digs as soon as she could. And I had this newer ops manager who she was one of the college hires, and she just like she sat there and watched. She was there on several of our one-on-ones watching, and just yeah, whatever my area manager says go stuff. It didn't matter that it was like unfair to me, or the fact that she had not really taken the time to actually make any kind of real assessments to make any changes whatsoever. Uh, like there was a too new to assess option there, and that's absolutely what she should have chose. But I mean, we're not gonna go. That's neither here nor there. It's all done now, right? But I really was making this video because of the break rooms. There used to be this TV that had like little flash screens on there would say different things. One of them was you, Mr. Bezos. This was you talking about what you wanted to know, our thoughts and feelings. You kind of wanted like our feedback on thoughts about philanthropy and environmental sustainability, to which I chewed on for several years. And then I finally was like, I need to try to send this letter out. Like, I don't, I was like, there's a good chance I get it that you are one of the most wealthiest and probably one of the most busiest people in the world. You've got a lot of things going on. Probably not even going to see this. But I hope you do. I thought I would send the letters anyways, though. Like, because there's also that possibility that you think to yourself as a person, you think, well, what if I never did do this thing? Like, what if, there's a lot of people in the world that have made like so many changes, but what if they didn't reach out? What if they just stayed inside of their houses and just dwelled upon all of the things that they envisioned, but they never really tried to like get it out there? So, I mean, that's where I'm at this point. Like, I kind of, I realize there's a lot of odds stacked against me to get to where I need to go. And I need to reach out to some people who really can, like, show me some guidance, support, give me some investments. I need to branch out. I need to be able to network. So, like, either way, I wanted to start. I thought at the time working for Amazon, I thought, why not reach out to the owner of the company? Like, I just think it's a good place to start. I mean, I can keep on branching out. Obviously, there's a lot of I've actually at this point tried to get in contact with quite a few important people, and it's not an easy process at all. There's a lot of gatekeeping that goes on. You kind of wish that you could just run into these people in person in the streets and just like somehow stop them to have a conversation. It's not very likely, but it could happen. Anyway, I wrote those letters. I sent you at least 3 or 4 letters in regards to a lot of things about environmental sustainability. I've designed several things. I wanted to show those designs to you. I wanted to possibly get funding for more research and development to actually build things to scale, to show people that there are solutions out there for the problems. As somebody who was an expert problem solver at Amazon, I've carried and I do translate those problem solving skills, which I possessed those long before I'd ever discovered Amazon. I just had never classified them in such a way before. But I am a problem solver. And I see a lot of the world's problems, and I see solutions for them. I don't want to just give those away to everyone. I kind of wanted to show you a little bit about them in private. But how hard that is to do, nearly impossible. That's about how hard. All right. I think that I'm pretty much getting near the end of my little video here. This is not how I wanted this to go at all. I at some point had like talking points set out here on my phone I was going to run through. just decided, I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to get what I have to get out there. And really, it's because I was sitting there thinking to that, be the change that you want to see out in the world. Uh-oh, knocked some shit over, didn't I? But to be that change, you've got to get others to support you. Pulling up that list here, just I've looked at quite a few of this here, and obviously not going to go through some of that. But I also worked for the DSPs after I got fired here. A couple months after being fired, in March of 2023, I started at around the end of May to June. I worked for a DSP, and I had a lot of resentment towards Amazon at that point, and I it still was like working for Amazon, even though they say you're not employed by Amazon anymore. I mean, you're driving Amazon trucks, you're wearing their branding, you've got these Netrodyne cameras in the vehicles that are like monitoring all your shit, babysitting you. They're pushing you for these rates, these insane delivery rates. 180 stops is too many stops for somebody. I'm sorry, but and I was pushing, upwards of like 200 stops with like, you know, 250, like crazy. And it's crazy to do that. Like, especially when I talk to a lot of people who worked for the DSPs when they first started up, was talking about they had like 75 to 80 stops in a day. And they were still getting, that the whole like shtick with that is that like 10 hours that you work, right? If you finish your shift in 4, you get paid the full 10 hours. So like you get paid 6 hours for, you know, which would have been a good deal when it first started out with 80 orders, of course. Yeah, you knocked that right out. And obviously you guys, with knowing how Amazon operates, and which a lot of businesses operate, they want that 30% increase every year, which is insane to do at a point, because like once that you accelerate so much at one point, you're just and you know that you work with the failure rates. You'll raise the rates up to a point where nobody can no longer make that rate, and then you'll say, okay, well, this is too high, this is the failure point, so we'll bring it back down. And you find your average and you sit on that for a while, but next year you'll be pushing for that failure point, and hoping that they it's just at some point it gets to be too much, and it definitely was with that. Uh, there was a couple times, when I was doing the DSP delivering, that it went really smoothly with like 195 stops, but there were country routes where 140 stops is like taking you almost the whole whatever. It's very disproportionate, and there's all kinds of. I had to like get away from it. I did it for a minute, and then I was like, no. And I got to tell you, be honest, I've been Instacarting. It's been my life is a mess right now, because I have this shit reference now. Like I have to use Amazon on my resumes, and I mean I was there for the last 7 years. Like, where they're gonna ask you, well, what have you been doing for 7 years? Like, well, working for the place who's ostracizing me now. So I didn't get a fair chance to even like appeal, or to be like, hey, I get that what I did was wrong, but I think that it should be a lesser punishment than what it was. And I don't think that I should be unrehirable, because the real bitch of that is that had I resigned immediately after kicking that stupid padded pole, I would have been able to come back and be rehired in 30 days, right? Could have just applied to a different Amazon after 30 days. They'd have hired me right back up because there would have been no investigation for HR or any of that shit. Like, I would have resigned. There would have been nothing to investigate. But fucking, hindsight's always 2020. So that is what it is. I didn't mean to go on for 20 minutes here. I honestly meant to keep this whole thing short and sweet within 10 minutes. But like I said, I'm just going off. I'm just letting it roll off my sleeve right now. Okay. Either way, I wanted to get in contact with you. I wanted to have a conversation. All right. I wanted to have at least a simple conversation to see if like we could maybe set up some kind of dialogue, maybe go back and forth about things, and like I could like set up some kind of support to help developing some things that I feel would be beneficial to our planet and to the people on the planet. There's a lot more also that I would love to be able to get into, but obviously that's not going to be easy for me. I think I wanted to I wanted to vent some frustrations like to you directly. Not that you even have time for it or care to hear it, but at this point, like, the ERC is not hearing me out or anything in that regard. No, but I am figuring out right now in my life, I think, some kind of way that I can make a living with what I've got going on in here. All right, because I've got all kinds of creativity flowing. Like, if it's not stories or some business concept or some invention or a song that I'm writing or just like some funny joke that I want to tell, I'm trying to figure out how to make money being the concepts guy and figuring out some concepts to actually execute to show people like, hey. But I think that I've really wanted people to show support with me building something from scratch, and it's really fucking difficult to get people to like share your vision or to be able to see or understand what your vision even is to a point to get excited about it. And when you're still making your name or becoming known, I guess, like that's a thing. I do get this sense that if and when I get this all up and running, a lot of the things I'm trying to do, there's gonna be people that want to be part of it, right? And then I'm gonna be like resentful as fuck because it's like, well, where were you when like I wanted you to be interested in this? It's like like living on the streets, eating out of a fucking whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna let this go. This is meant to be my open letter to you. I thought it would be pretty cool to have a chat with you sometime. And I want to say about the non-existent Christmas bonus just before I end this shit here. I wrote you those 3 or 4 letters. rwessel@amazon.com, my login, my formal login, or ARWESLE@amazon.com. Wrote you 4 letters describing several of the inventions that I have drawn up, and I talked about like the prototype for one of them that I built. Uh, some solutions to clean drinking water, as well as using hydroelectricity. Uh, but also, like, when I wrote the $500 non-existent Christmas bonus letter, and I bitched about not getting my Christmas bonus for months, which I guess I had, and it wasn't a $500 Christmas bonus; it was like a $300 Christmas bonus. So I was wrong about the amount. No, they promptly replied to that. HR promptly was like, I mean, within a day or two, I had the head HR guy, talking about, oh yeah, we'll look into this. And then he was like, yeah. And he was like, I told him how I'd not gotten any responses from the other letters. And he was like, well, go ahead and send it again. I couldn't find the letter after that. It's like it was deleted out of the damn Outlook. And, well, so I wrote another one. I sent it. And he assured me that it would get sent to the right place. But once again, like, no response. So I was like, well, that was all the response I needed at that point. It was like, okay, I could see, when I say something that concerns, which makes HR look bad. Once I send out something that makes HR look bad, quick response. Something that I wanted to send out to, like, make me look good, can't get a goddamn word back about it. So yeah, you asked all of us. I mean, I hope some of the employees got responses. At least I hope to God somebody got a response, but I sure as hell know that I didn't. And I think that Amazon, I miss working there. I loved working there. I at times hated working there. I'm very resentful in a lot of ways. The way that I was treated by the people at Indy 4. And yeah, I really didn't deserve to get shit canned the way that I did. Sure, I'm an asshole, I make mistakes, but you didn't have to, like, ruin my life. This has ruined my life. I've been struggling to keep up with the car payment, and working Instacart. It's like I'm putting all this wear and tear on my vehicle to try to keep my vehicle paid for at this point. I've got a lot of other things that are just got a lot of things stacked against me. It's been very difficult to just get another leadership job, or just even in somewhere in that vicinity. I've had to get all these bullshit jobs, and I'm a best at what I do. I learn the process. I teach the process. I master it, and I just got this, like, shit stain on my whole fucking financial outlook right now. That's why you see me eating a goddamn Wendy's Junior cheeseburger. Fucking 4 for $4. You don't think I want a goddamn pretzel bun baconator, huh? You don't think I want the best fucking shit right now in my mouth? No, can't fucking get it. Can't fucking get it. Could barely. I just had to go out, bust my ass, get the fucking car paid, and then you know what? My goddamn bank account was fucking like $99 negative because my phone bill charged my shit when I would have expected the bank to fucking deny it, but they didn't. So I gotta go right now and try to put this fucking 5122 into my account and hope it gets my Chase account back under 50. I'll get charged an extra $35 fucking dollars, right? I don't have fucking money to afford to be broke. I'm all fucked up. fucked up right now. I went from making $60,000 a fucking year, right, to like I don't know what the fuck I'm scraping right now, 20 or 30 or some shit. I'm breaking my fucking vehicle that's not paid down for right now. I'll be honest with you, man. You know, I've not been too happy with the safety managers, the HR, and ops manager, who all seem to like kind of fucking come together to fucking destroy my shit, dude. I I just hope they know. Like, I hope they, hope they feel good about themselves, fucking destroying somebody's life over some like petty shit that you could have just talked to me about, rather than just fucking like boot me out the goddamn door. Um, I did kind of feel like, part. I don't want to say family. I don't. It's hard to say family when it's your fucking job, right? But I've known these people for years and shit. A lot of them. Um, Either way, I'm trying to fucking force this goddamn dry ass junior cheeseburger 4 for 4 fuck shit down my throat. I don't have the luxury like you, Mr. Bezos, to just go out and buy a whole bunch of fucking pretzel bun baconators. You know that shit's fire, man. Don't even front, all right? You can go ahead and ignore me. Every goddamn letter I send. You ignore that shit. Ignore the fucking video. Ignore the fuck out of this video. Like everybody else. I also haven't seen, the whole time I've been talking on this live stream, I haven't seen one motherfucker pop up here. So I'm guessing that nobody's listening to this shit right now. And that's fine. That's fair. You ain't got to fucking hear a single word that I say. Shit is what it is. It's pretty fucking sad to me. I'm just running out of time. All right. I need to figure out how to get to the finish line. I don't have time to go back and jump through all the fucking hoops to kind of get to some places I need to go. So I need to talk to some more heavy hitters, should I say, to kind of like maybe help me get to where I would like to be. I think that's my whole thing. It's my whole fucking thing. It's not going to happen. More than likely any other way. So if I'm going to make a movie, if I'm going to get this art website that I really want to get launched, this artist network, should I say, that I'm really trying to get launched, I need fucking support from other people. I really do. There's like a lot. There's things that I've got going on here that are bigger than me and bigger than what I can do by myself. I know that. I at least know that. But now I have to question, like, how do I get others involved to get my thing up off of the ground? It's been frustrating, and with me like scraping by to fucking survive, doing all this gig work and stuff. And even when I had my 40+ hour job with Amazon, like a lot of your energy and time gets devoted into your career. So then like you come home, it's like you want to work on the other thing to like, so that you can make the thing you love be your career, but you're like mentally fucking shot. Like it's very it's a fucking rat race loop that you're stuck in, chasing your tail. How do you escape, man? I'm just working the avenues at this point, man. I'm just figuring that out. How do you escape? How do you ascend? It sure hell isn't going to be munching on fucking dry ass junior cheeseburgers every night. I'll tell you that. Well, hey, I tell you that. I've also thought about going a comedy route. I'm nervous about doing stand up, but I think I'm a funny little fucker, right? So I just got to figure out how to organize my shit. I don't know what it is I'm asking help for exactly. Maybe it is that. I want somebody who is highly organized to help set an example for me, maybe. I don't know. When I start talking about it, it all sounds like shit I could just do for myself, right? I don't know. But figuring out how the fuck do I get my name out there. I didn't mean to, you know, let the F word fly out there like one time in this video, but now it has. I can't take it back now. Look, and I don't back down. I prefer to double down. And I think that you could appreciate and respect that because that's an important value to have in life. And I think, if anything, um, I became a bit more, maybe a bit too assertive with my superiors. Uh, and that kind of got me in a situation. Um, I was going to say it's humbled me in some regards. When I do find another opportunity for myself, and I know it's a good thing, I'm not going to let my attitude sack me again like this. Because I realize, in all regards, the only reason why I'm here talking to you about how I'm a salty asshole today, uh, almost a year, almost a year later, after being fired from Amazon, my poor attitude, man. I could have not said shit to anybody, just used like my unpaid time, and just walked out the door, not made some fucking display or whatever. I mean, there wasn't anybody 100 feet near me, 100 feet in any fucking direction. Wasn't nobody around. I kicked this fucking pad pole. But I saw it on the video, and somebody probably heard it. So, whatever. Or they were watching me from a distance. But my poor attitude got me eating Wendy's 4 for $4 junior cheeseburgers. God, I'd love to have a pretzel bun baconator. God, I mean, but you can't deny it, man. They're fire. Actually, I haven't had one. I ordered one. And they're out of goddamn pretzel buns. So they gave me like $1 or something back and gave me the regular bun. And I was fucking bummed out, man. To be honest with you. But I was like, yeah, sure, give me my $1.50 back. But they could have just kept that shit and gave me the pretzel bun. I don't know. I kind of like to know your thoughts on some of all this, especially the baconator. Philanthropy is another thing that I'm not even going to get into, but as far as the environmental sustainability aspect, I had a lot of input there to share with you, and I never got that opportunity. Nope. Now I'm at this wild point in my life, and I don't have a whole lot to lose anymore. I'm truly like 5 steps away from being homeless, I am still pushing and hustling in many ways, but uh, man, it's a very feudal existence that I'm living right now, and wasn't always this way, and it doesn't have to stay this way. But it's been a real struggle for me. I've I've truly struggled after losing my job at Amazon, and I really wished I would have been able to at least had an appeal. And yeah, I don't know what to do there. Like at this point, so I'm out there talking to you because like honestly, it's all there's really. You are Amazon, you know. So there's no point in me like trying to go back and forth with the ERC or some shit. Like nobody ever gives you the goddamn answers. I bet you. I bet you. I'll say this to you, Mr. Bezos. All right. I bet you. People used to tell you fucking no all the time. Uh, like they. I'm not to say that they don't tell you no now, since you know who you are. But I guarantee everybody's trying to be a fucking yes man around you. I mean, like whatever it is, whatever he asked for, just do it. Like that's the. So I'm sure that you don't hear no, you can't a whole lot anymore in your lifetime. Yeah, I fucking hate it. It's all I hear. It's all I hear. And I haven't given up hope. I've had plenty of people tell me that if there's something in life that you have a passion for, that never give up your passion in life. And I never have, man. Ever since, I mean, that was like, I'm 39 now, and I was 19 when somebody told me that. And I'm never going to lose that passion that I have. Uh, So no matter how many times I fail, how many times people keep denying me, I am not going to stop trying. I'm not going to let other people discourage me and tell me that things are not possible. I I am out there searching for support in some way or another, and I'm not asking you, and I never originally was asking you to give me your direct support unless that's something you were maybe sparked an interest or some shit. But I wanted to possibly get pointed in the right direction. That's another thing out there is okay, we can't do this, but help me figure out where I can. I'm trying to figure out what steps to take. There's things I'm doing right now that uh, there are no fucking guidebooks for. Like you just got to go out and start trying to get in contact with people. But being as that I don't have a whole lot of valuation right now, um, it's hard to make a pitch and get in contact with people. Anyways, that's the end of my rant. I hope I get a response back from you at some point. I might make a more open letter videos in the future, better crafted, a little bit more well thought out. But at this point, uh, I kind of was sitting here. I had been wanting to do this for a majority of the year now, like to make this whole thing to you. I mean, I had to set up with my sound tracking and everything else. Didn't add the music in, didn't get all the production value in there that I wanted. Uh, not showing you the viewpoints of my room that I necessarily wanted to, right? Doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. Um, because there's a good chance that you're just not ever going to see this, anyways. But if you do, I appreciate you for watching some of this, for all of this. Uh, I hope you have a wonderful day. And, yeah. To all of you viewing out there, I hope you all do what you need to do to get where you want to be. All right. I hope that eventually you figure out what it is that you need to do to get to where you want to go. I hope you get there, and I hope you grow, and I hope you learn and inspire others. And I think eventually, when I get to where I want to be, I will inspire the world. So, with that, everybody, take care.